Hello and welcome or welcome back to the Sovereign Sisters podcast. I am the Sovereigness and this is Mystic Mind. I don't know what I want to talk about today, guys. I thought that I wanted to talk about sacred energy exchange, but I think I want to save that. I'm very behind on connecting with everyone. So I want to make sure that I do that this week because at the end of the day, I promised myself that even if I'm late, I'm going to show up. Okay. So I guess let's see. I guess this message can be for Friday, May 20th until Sunday, the 22nd. And then we'll pick up our regular schedule from there. So, should we just do cards? Let's get some inspirational quotes. We'll see what like major energies we can expect for the weekend, how to cope or how to handle, how to stay present, how to manage, how to remove any obstacles or blockages we may come across. You know, for the last few weeks, the solar plexus has been a huge thing for the people that I've been connecting with. I feel like I've been connecting with people who need to get more in touch with their confidence. A lot of power resides there. First card that comes out, what's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything. Now that's a quote from Diddy. Okay. And it's funny that I'm this card comes out while I'm talking about confidence. That's a very cocky, but confident thing to say. Like, if you can't do it, I can. There's nothing I can't do. And I feel like this card is saying that if you're in a space where you're feeling like you're lacking the confidence to do something, or you're uncertain about yourself, your ability to do something that maybe you really want to do, I feel like this card is telling you to hype yourself up. I can hype you up all day. Other people can hype you up all day. But when you have a strong solar plexus, a strong center, the solar plexus is at the navel and also is something that you can feel at the base of your spine. So when your spine has a strong foundation, right? We hear the term spineless for people who are quote unquote cowards or afraid of something. But when you have a strong spine and you have a very strong center and you can stand straight and you can speak with authority and you can say how you feel, or it just makes you feel like you can do anything. It's almost like that superhero stance, right? Where you put your hands on your hips and then you kind of stick your chest out and head up high, that sort of thing. I think it's funny that I started off talking about how I've been connecting with a lot of people who were lacking confidence, or that the solar plexus has been like a big deal. So I'm guessing that we're still there. Okay. I have blue polish on, guys, because I'm working on my third eye. So I was just telling a friend of mine that color therapy is a great way to balance your chakras where you may be feeling lack. Some people are very strongly rooted and they don't have an issue with staying grounded and being realistic and that sort of thing, whereas others may need help there. So for those people, I would strongly suggest wearing red. People who are struggling to have a creative boost, or people who are struggling to work on their art or creative passions and projects, or even sex, because I wanted to talk about the energy exchange by way of sex. So if you're struggling with that, I would suggest orange. And you can eat orange foods, you can wear orange clothes, you can just light orange candles. You know, color therapy is a really real thing. Now the solar plexus is going to be yellow, and it's funny because we're talking about the solar plexus. So when we think solar, we think sun. Right now, how do you feel when you're out in the sun? Some people are going to, I'm hot or whatever, but really it brings this sense of joy and optimism. Like you feel like thankful to be alive and in this moment and that sort of thing. Somebody needs to get vitamin D supplements, because that just came through. If you're somebody who is not outside enough, maybe look into having vitamin D supplements, especially if you live in the Pacific Northwest like myself. Okay, so the second card that flipped over is, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. And that's Nelson Mandela. A lot of masculine energy here. Okay. And it's funny because the solar plexus does connect with masculine energy. And we were just talking about feminine and masculine energy. Whether you're a female or male, no matter how you identify, there's a lot of masculine energy here that's saying to get up, get moving, to do the things that are going to make you feel alive. Don't allow yourself to play small. The world is big. It's a big world out there. Don't box yourself into not experiencing the things that you want to experience, even if there are blockages. And we're going to look into that. We're going to look into how we can remove blockages. But for the most part, so far, we've gotten confidence, and now we're saying passion. So yeah, the lower chakras are going to be a big deal for us this weekend. Grounding ourselves. Okay. Grounding ourselves. Tapping into the things that bring us joy and happiness and creativity and that open us up, that sort of thing. It's going to be a very balanced weekend. I feel like there's going to be an ebb and flow that happens. Not so much going, or lacking doing anything as much as it's going to be like, I did, now I'm going to rest, or I rested, now I'm going to go, like that sort of thing. The third card that comes out is constantly take inventory of what's important to you. Dave Chappelle. Okay, these all tie together beautifully. They're all masculine energy. We have 2 earth energies and 1 fire. So it's literally all 3 of the lower chakras: root, sacral, solar. Red for the root, orange for the sacral, and yellow for the solar plexus. Constantly take inventory of what's important to you should be the foundation of however you're moving, whatever you're doing. If something is important to you, you're going to make sure that you take care of it. You're going to make sure that you invest in it. You're going to make sure that you connect with it in some way, shape, or form. To me, that is the root. There's no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you're capable of living. To me I feel like it's a blend of the sacral and solar plexus, because we're talking about passion. We're talking about finding the things that are going to spark the joy and then actually operating in that joy, which would be the solar plexus. And then what's next? Give me anything else. Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything. Okay. I feel like that's a strong affirmation to apply for all of us. I can do anything that I set my mind to. I'm not going to allow myself to be boxed into this idea that others may place on me, or that I place on me, that I can't do something because I'm afraid, or because they're afraid that maybe I will be able to do that. And maybe it's going to outshine them, or maybe it's going to make them feel some type of way. But here's the thing. As long as your actions are not harming others, the way and the thing that you choose to do has nothing to do with them. If it's bringing you joy, act on it, do it, invest in it. What's at the center? I think it's vital to pattern yourself after success. Nipsey Hussle. I hope you guys can see that if you're watching. So to me, what that is saying is that if you don't have the answers, if you don't know the way, look at people, or look at business practices, look at whatever it is that you want to do, or however you want to appear and be in this life. Look at people who have already become successful in doing that, or look at a successful brand, or look at success, and then pattern yourself after that until you start to find your own footing. And then the thing that's crowning, finally, is a feminine energy. I'm here for a reason, and I have something to say. Issa Rae. Can you see that? All right, so a lot of motivational energy this weekend. I hope that those are going to be helpful for the bulk of us. I do want to see what the major energy is going to be. So let's take a look. Again, this is for the weekend of May 20th, Friday, May 20th until Sunday, late in the midnight hour. Sunday, May 22nd. Oh, I see justice. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a very balanced weekend. Nothing too crazy and wild. Now, again, this is a very general message for people who vibe with me on the same frequency. Okay, very, very mellow, but also interesting, intriguing, or just optimistic, joyful weekend. What's the major energy that we can expect for the weekend as a collective? Bottom of the deck is death, that Scorpio energy. And out of that, judgment. Okay, so there may be a little bit of a shaking and like a wake-up call. I feel like, okay, yeah. So the main thing that I'm getting is that if there is something that you've been putting off for a while, I think that this weekend you're going to finally start taking the steps to look into it. For some of you, it has to do with your health. For some of you, there may be a health scare, nothing traumatic as far as like death, even though death is at the bottom of the deck. But this card is saying that there's something that's going to end as a result of you having a wake-up call. Like you get a wake-up call, and this is not, everybody's not going to have a health scare. Some of us are going to be learning some new information that's going to have us putting an end to the way we did something before and then deciding to do it a different way. What's after death? Yeah, temperance. So there is like a balance, like an ebb and flow. Like for some people, it's like you start to realize that the way that you're eating is not helping you. And so it's like a light bulb moment where you're like, I don't really have to do keto. I could just cut back on carbs and then just eat a certain amount of calories this week or weekend, or, you know, to lose the weight. And that way I'm not depriving myself. There's different things that are going to be happening for all of us. And it's not to say that you're going to die. It's saying that there is something about the way you've done something, or maybe even people that are being laid to rest. Okay. Not a physical death as much as it is something else is being laid to rest. All right. I did see the tower. So I feel like some of you are not expecting either some information to come in, or you're not expecting for this wake-up call. It's coming out of the blue. What is the animal spirit for the weekend? How are we appearing? Actually, no, what's the animal spirit that we'll be embodying most as the collective? That was way too fast. I did see the cobra though. So what's the animal spirit? All right, we'll take that. The camel with the tarantula at the bottom of the deck. So really connecting with I feel like your inner guide is going to be a big thing for you this weekend. Like trust your gut this weekend. It's going to serve as a amazing resource. If you walk into a space and something doesn't feel right, say you're going to buy a car, or you want to put in an offer on a house, or there's a new person that you're going on a date with, if something feels off, it most likely is. Or something may feel amazing, but the main thing is the camel is the one that we're embodying this weekend. So your intuition is going to serve as an amazing resource for you, because I don't think that something is going to be what it appears to be. So if your intuition is telling you that something is off, it most likely is. How are we being received or perceived by outside viewers? All right, the hyenas at the bottom of the deck, but we get the hawk. So a lot of us are coming off as divine messengers, like insightful, also very sharp. So like going back to the car scenario, say you're going in to buy a car and something feels off, like the price doesn't seem right, or how do I know that this car isn't, like the warranty, there's something about something that it feels a little bit off. You have the sharp wit or intuition or mind logic to ask the question. So I feel like, yeah, with the hyena at the bottom of the deck, there may be somebody trying to get away with something this weekend where you're like, I caught that. Also, I'm going to question it. I'm not going to be quiet about it. Yeah, I think that. So on the inside, how we feel, how we're going to be feeling on the inside this weekend is that we can trust our intuition. Externally, I feel like the wit, the logic, the intelligence is showing. Okay. And be very, very careful of tricksters this weekend. All of them are not bad or malicious, but some of them are. At the center is the Panther. Yeah. Some of them, I feel like some of us may encounter people who are a little bit jealous or who are trying to pull one over and are upset that they're not allowed, they're not getting away with it. The dragonfly is crowning. So how you choose to receive or perceive anything this weekend is completely up to you. Your perception is going to be the deciding factor on how you move forward from whatever you're encountering. And it's going to be different for everybody. So do we want to use this deck? Let's see how money's looking. Let's see how the money's looking. So I have a couple of decks that I created for myself. Actually, first, let's look at the sacred beings and signs, because I think that's important to see like what energies will be working in our favor or working with us this weekend. What are the energies that will be working with us this weekend? Feminine ancestor. I would like 3 cards. All right, what are the energies, sacred beings, and signs that will be of most help for us this weekend? This deck is really small. Animal guide. For some of you, it's your animal. If you have animals, it may be a dog, it may be a cat, it may be a snake. For those of you who have snakes or anybody who's afraid of snakes, snakes represent transformation. They shed their skin to become like bring a new skin to them, right? And also to adapt to their environment. So somebody needs to hear that. So an animal guide will be vital this weekend. We have a dog, but the neighborhood cats all come to my porch. So I tell myself that I have cats too, since my husband won't let me have any. We also have 777. This is going to be higher learning, higher wisdom, psychic ability. So again, trust your intuition. Your intuition is going to be on point this weekend. One more that's going to be working in our favor. Why not 2? I don't want 2. One more that'll be working in our favor. Okay, I'll take that one. Oh, that's 2, 2. Maybe 2, 2, 2. Okay, give me one more. Yeah, I just feel like people are going to be really sharp this weekend. Like it's going to be difficult to pull one over on my divine family. If you're here and you're watching this, you're somebody that is going to be very sharp this weekend. Okay, shadow workers at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be tested this weekend by somebody who's trying to pull one over on you. What's the card? There's 2 that come out. 1111, energetic gateway, rapid manifestations, and war goddess. So I feel like that's why your intuition is going to be so sharp, is because there is a protective energy around you that's like, if somebody wants to do some shicey work, then we're going to have to put on our battle gear. Okay. So I think you can trust that you are protected this weekend. Your intuition is going to be very sharp. You can expect to either learn something this weekend or you'll be the one teaching this weekend, or it might be both, right? A receptive or reciprocal exchange where it's like, I'm teaching something that I learned and I'm also learning something in the process. All right, so I'm going to go with this deck because I don't think I've ever used this one on this channel. I use it on my other channel, which is the Sovereigness, for anybody who's interested. All right, Spirit. I want to just do 3 cards, like a quick read. The main message for the weekend for the collective. Ooh, the Emperor tried to jump. Yeah. A lot of masculine energy. And I feel like the solar plexus is definitely going to play a major factor this weekend. Make sure you're confident make sure you're confident that your intuition is right, right? If you're going, same thing with the car dealership. You go to the car dealership, they're trying to pull one over on you. You know in your gut that this is not a good deal. You speak up on it and have confidence in it. Guaranteed you're going to get exactly what it is you're looking for because you have rapid manifestation here with 1111. All right, so we've seen 777 and 1111. What's the message for the collective? Queen of Water. Some of you need to take care of yourself because the 10 of Fires at the bottom of the deck, burnout. Be careful of burnout. Some of you aren't getting enough rest. Some of you may be overindulging in alcoholic beverages this weekend. Be careful not to bring yourself out because the 9 of Air with the 10 of Wands or 10 of Fire is saying that you're reaching a point of burnout. Also, it's keeping you up late, or maybe you're numbing yourself with alcohol or other substances, which in the morning when you wake up or recover or you come down from whatever it is, you are up now and it didn't solve anything. Those same worries are still on your mind. Okay, so be very mindful of taking time to rest, to reconnect with yourself, put boundaries up where you need to. If somebody is trying to take your energy when you don't have it to give, you just don't have it to give. And a true friend or anybody who actually cares about you will understand that. They'll understand that. More for the collective, please. The main thing I'm getting is to nurture yourself. The 8 of Water is here in, I don't know if I should keep it because it came out kind of weird, but it does talk about swimming away from something or walking away from something in pursuit of something else that feels more aligned with your soul. It's kind of like, it kind of came out like this. So I think some people are on the brink of walking away from something and others are unsure if they actually want to do that. And with the 7 of Fire, it's almost like there's a guard up about pursuing something that feels more aligned to you and your natural energy. For the collective, please. I just want one card, not multiple. Reciprocity is also going to be big this weekend. So again, if you're teaching something, make sure you're learning something. Or if you learn something, make sure you teach to others. For some of you, it may be that encounter that you come into with the shadow worker or whoever's trying to be shady or shicey. It's like maybe they don't even know they're being super shady, or maybe in the process of them trying to get over on you and you explaining to them that this is not what it is, like what they're telling you is wrong, they come to learn themselves like, oh yeah, that is wrong. You know, it might be one of those type of exchanges where it's like they weren't necessarily trying to be shady, but they didn't know better, and now that they do, you've taught them something and they've learned something. Wheel of Fortune, yeah, good karma. 9 of Fire at the bottom of the deck, good karma as a result of persistence. If you're somebody who has been trying to do something time and time again, or you've just been waiting and had patience, I think that the wheel is turning in your favor this weekend as a result of you not giving up, as a result of you still, you know, putting your feet to the fire and getting things done. One more for the collective, please. The Queen of Fire. All right, so I think some of you are going to be taking care of yourself. Temperance is at the center. Some of you might be dealing with a Sagittarius, or you may have it heavy in your chart somewhere, or wherever you do have it in your chart, there is a positive shift taking place there with the 3 of Fire. Something you've been waiting for is coming into fruition. I have a Sagittarius in the second house, so that would be nice because the second house rules comfort, finances, and all kinds of other things. But the Queen of Fire comes out as the third message. So we have the Queen of Water, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Fire. All right. So again, making sure to nurture yourself this weekend. Some of you guys are just doing a lot of self-care. Like some of you are really focused on your appearance. It may be the gym. It may be getting your hair done. It may be meal prepping, and it could be anything, but some of you are really focused on your appearance. And here's that balance, right? Because I got the three masculine energies with the quotes. And then here we have the feminine energy of Queen of Water and Queen of Fire. blending the two creates this theme, or what some may call passion, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is here. So I feel like there's this working on self, or connecting with people who, when you connect, or when you come together, work together, there is like this really good chemistry, this really good balance of fun, a really good balance of peace, a really good balance of just feeling like you're in the zone you want to be in. And I feel like some of you have had to persist through cutting out people, or just allowing yourself to connect with new people in order to create this network of people. Or this could just be yourself. This could just be you having self-care all weekend, and it's recharging you, which in turn creates a great week coming up, because you've had time to rest and you've poured into yourself. All right, let's get a final message. I kind of want to get a goddess. No, let's look at the finances. We'll do that. We will do that. 9 of Water, dream job, wish come true, was at the center. This is another deck that I created. So we'll see what we get. How are finances looking for the collective this weekend? If it's not about finances, then it could talk about investments also. Okay, 4 of Wands, stable partner, solid deal, and committed. So that's a good sign, right? If we're going back to the car thing, I feel like you're making a solid deal, and it's something that it's a reliable vehicle with the 4 of Wands. It's something that's very stable. All right, so if it's not something like that, then if you are going into business with somebody, or connecting with somebody in regards to business, or making an investment in something, you can trust that this is a very solid deal, a solid partnership, something solid to pour into. And then at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Coins, perfect timing, golden opportunity, and security. And behind that is the Empress. Lots of abundance, attractive investments. Yeah, if you're somebody who's investing in a business, or if you're somebody who is partnering up with somebody, this looks amazing this weekend. Again, use your intuition, trust your intuition, and also use your logic. Don't be afraid to speak up. Say what's on your mind. Be honest with yourself, but also be honest with that person. And remember to stay confident the whole time. Do some solar plexus work. All right, but be very confident, and fake it till you make it if you have to. Nothing is wrong with that. All right, so I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for listening and or watching. I will talk to you in the next one. Hopefully I'll have an actual message and not just cards, because I feel like the last couple of times have been strictly cards, but I promise that I have topics that I do want to discuss. I just need to get back in the flow of things. So again, thank you so much for listening and watching. I will talk to you all soon. Have a great weekend. Peace.